So now we're just going to let Phil show, connect with spirit world, and start to go into trance for the rest of the demonstration for this evening.
Good evening to you, friends. I come this evening to speak to you on the level of informality, because I am a great believer in the fact that when we gather as a group, a collective of people, that we should all familiarize ourselves with the energetic process of this principle of communion. Because communion is the word I prefer to use for such an event. This, of course, my friends, is where you are at liberty to be able to release those particular areas of your mind that are often caught up in the day-to-day matters that concern you, and which quite often come as an obstacle or an impediment to opening the mind sufficiently that you can release that particular aspect of your spiritual self, your imagination, if you prefer to think of it in that way. Your imagination, friends, has very, very wide scope and potential to encompass not only those areas of creativity and thoughtfulness that you allow yourselves to indulge in on a daily basis. It also affords you the opportunity to be able to connect with the world of spirit and all that that pertains to. You may have asked yourselves on many different occasions whether you are sufficiently enlightened or sufficiently attuned to the world of spirit to be able to make that connection to the degree that you can bring about a new realization in your conscious mind of what it means to be in a physical existence. You may have asked yourselves whether by letting your imagination soar to those heights that it is capable of reaching, whether or not you have accessibility to many different areas of activity that are not necessarily viewed as physical or tangible in a material sense now. So I would like you to, when you leave this particular event this evening, I would like you to meditate or think about the aspect of imagination and what that can actually afford you in terms of its contribution, not only to your spiritual welfare and development, but also to the enrichment and the widening of your soul consciousness. And when I talk of soul consciousness, friends, I am making the distinction between soul consciousness, spiritual consciousness, and physical consciousness. You may say, well, Chan, how can we understand the difference between soul consciousness and spiritual consciousness? Well, friends, soul consciousness is that aspect of your realization that extends to a far greater degree than what you might refer to as the spiritual consciousness, because spiritual consciousness is very closely allied to your feeling and your sensing awareness on the physical plane. So whereas you can sense something or you can intuitively understand or know something, you are not necessarily recognizing it with your conscious mind. You are recognizing it with what some people like to refer to as a sixth sense. I don't call it a sixth sense. I call it a sense that operates beyond the boundaries of your physical awareness. But this, of course, my friends, is very different to soul consciousness. And soul consciousness is that part of you which has been journeying for a very, very long period of time, and not time as you would recognize it in a linear fashion, but time that is immeasurable, because it is a time factor, if you like, that spans many, many eons of existence, many, many eons of different forms of consciousness and true being. Being, when I say being, B-E-I-N-G, I am referring to that conscious state that is inestimable in its proliferation, because it is that consciousness which is unconfined, that moves beyond universes and star systems and galaxies as you would know them, and as they have been discovered by the human mind. So soul consciousness, as you're probably beginning to realize, my friends, transcends everything that you are physically aware of, even your spiritual consciousness. And of course, my friends, the people, those of us that now inhabit a spiritual existence in what you refer to as the spirit world, are still moving forward, perfecting our soul conscious realization. So there are many opportunities in our spiritual world to extend that awareness and perception of soul consciousness. So you see, my friends, that soul consciousness is never ending. It is limitless in its manifestation in terms of spiritual now awareness and realization. So I just wanted to plant those little seeds in your mind so that you have something to take away from this evening, and that you can think about and indulge yourself in the same way perhaps as you enjoy your packet of biscuits or a box of Rose's chocolates. And I like you to consider my words, friends, and let them just germinate in your mind. Don't force yourselves to sit and say, well, now Chung told us to sit and think about the soul consciousness and the imagination. I like you to do it when the urge occurs to you. So perhaps in your meditation time, or when just before your sleep, or when you are awake. It can happen at any time. But spiritual indulgence is full of enrichment, my friends. It is full of regeneration. It is full of all those elements that infuse you with the enthusiasm to be able to get up from your beds in the morning and to live your lives in the way that you believe is the most appropriate way for you to live them in this physical existence. And so I bring my little talk to a close. And now, as I explained to Madam Chairman, I will be here to answer your individual questions pertaining to any particular areas of your physical or spiritual life upon which you would like to have some clarification, you would like to have some reassurance, you would like to have some understanding of where it is that perhaps you believe, but which is not necessarily true, that you are failing in some way, or that you are not stepping up to that particular mark that you have set yourself, or goal that you have set yourself to reach, but which seems for whatever reason to be unattainable to you at this particular time. So this covers a myriad of questions, but they will pertain, of course, to either your physical or your spiritual development. So, Madam Chairman, I offer to you now the invitation to individual to ask question of me.
Okay, thank you very much. So to everybody who is in the audience, if you do have any question at all, please come forward with it. Just unmute and ask Chung, who is working through our medium Phil show tonight. Any spiritual questions or anything at all that's going on in your own life that you would perhaps like some answers or advice or some guidance? Is there anyone who would like? Okay, hi there. Hi. Hi. Welcome. I will leave you to ask the question to Chung.
Yes, good evening. Who am I speaking to here?
Marju.
Yeah, hello.
Marja.
Yeah.
Am I
Yes.
speaking to Marja?
Yes, you're speaking to Marjo. Hello from Sweden.
Thank you. It is
Mm.
very good to make of your acquaintance, my friend.
Yeah, I would then ask about my own mediumship, like
Yes.
my development in my own mediumship, like
Yes.
How do I go about my shyness? I'm just like keeping myself very much like hide it, and I'm just like I've always been a shy person, so this is my problem. So I would like to know some more
Yes, this
about.
is good question to start the conversation here, because I see, as I link also with your spiritual helpers here, that in your physical life to the present time here, you have had periods of, let me call it, you move forward with a lot of confidence, and then you suddenly come to stop. And then you think, no, I am going too fast, too far, too fast. So I need to go back, and I need to revise and reconsider what my particular objective and aim is in this purpose. You understand?
Yes, I do.
Yes, good.
Mm.
So I want you to think about now when you have come to this point, when you get these flashes, I call them flashes of your confidence, and you can say, oh, this is good. I am feeling very generated, and I know that I can do this and I can do that and I can move forward. And then suddenly it brings a wall for you because you are thinking, no, there is some impediment to my progressing here. You understand?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, yes. So I want you to now, my friend, consider that there is no particular, let us say, pressure from anybody on your outside, from your outside life, from your physical life now, that can bring any pressure to bear on you. You are the captain of your own ship. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
don't want you to feel that you are being expected, because you see, there is a lot of anticipation from you that you should be doing this, you should be doing that, you should have reached this by that particular time period. You understand?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yes,
Definitely.
you do.
Mm.
Yes,
Mm.
because this is something that has been engendered in you from very early childhood, if I may be so forward to say this,
Yeah.
because it was expected of you that you would go into this particular direction, you would achieve this, you would expected to do that, and so on and so forth. Yes,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
you understand this?
I do.
Yes. And this is very ingrained within your own particular consciousness here now. So it is not something that can be completely eradicated overnight. So I want you to start a little practice for yourself, maybe different or include in your meditation, where you can say, I am a good enough person, and I am attuned to my own inner self-direction to be able to recognize when those particular areas that in which I need to participate are there and ready for me to participate in. And I do not need any form of pressure to be implemented upon me, so that I feel obliged to achieve this or that or move forward quicker than my own particular instinct tells me at any one particular time. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Yes, good. Yes, good. And I think that you will feel quite emotional here about this, because it was something, as I go back to childhood again, that you felt the need to please so much, that you had to please people. And you're still feeling this now, my friend, that you have to come up, as they say, come up with the goods. Yes?
Yes, yeah,
Yes.
then
Yes, you do not have to come up with any goods, my friend. You, I say again, you are the captain of your own ship and you dictate your own pace and the level at which you are working. And that is concurrent with your own particular instinct and intuitional feeling. You understand?
Mm,
Yes, because if somebody has said to you, well, now we expect you to achieve this and do that and so on and so forth by this particular time, or unless you have done this or that or the other, you will not make this particular grade. I want you to put that out of the window now. Yes?
yes,
Yes,
I
good.
hope the development happens much
Yes, yes.
easier if I don't have this pressure.
Because you are hearing a lot of, you're very clairaudient in your mediumistic development. You understand this as well, yes?
Mm,
You're hearing spirit.
yeah, mostly not very much hearing, but maybe I do.
Yes, you are actually hearing more than you are aware of the fact that you are hearing. Because if you listen to you listened to my talk about the imagination. And
Mm.
sometimes when you are hearing voices or guidance from your spiritual helpers, or indeed from other spirit that may be wishing to communicate, you are believing it is your imagination rather than the spirit voice. Yes?
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
So this is something that you will be working through in your mediumistic development. You will be distinguishing between the imagination and your actual spiritual, authentic communication. Yes. And this is an area that you certainly will need to focus on and to concentrate on in your development group. Yes, you understand?
I understand.
I also like you to continue, rather to spend your time more now with the personal meditation, because you have been doing well with your meditation, but again, it is something that you have little fear about because you are expecting to move into a very intense level of meditation, and it is not appropriate for you to experience that intensity of the meditation at this particular time. Do you understand?
Yes,
Yes, it's
yeah.
good. It's good.
Yeah, it's good.
Yes, it's good. It's
Something
good.
about the
I just
meditation.
sidetrack here because one of your spiritual team is telling me that you are being very erratic with your food, with your diet.
Oh, oh no, not really, because I'm very healthy eater,
You are a
actually.
healthy eater because there
Yeah.
seems to be some form of food that either has what do you call it, allergic potential, or there is a food that is not being digested as well. Yes, I will. Thank you. Is
Okay,
not
that
being
is something.
digested. You understand?
Yeah.
Yes, good.
Yes, I just
Is
recently had a problem. Yeah.
is
Yeah.
good. Is good.
Mm.
Because I am told that a lot of your mediumship development will depend very specifically on the time allocated A, to your meditation, and B, to the way that you are living your physical lifestyle, which includes your diet. So this we could advocate for all mediumship development, but specifically in your case, and in the case of certain individuals with very sensitive disposition and
Yeah.
sensitive internal process, it is absolutely necessary that you can continue in the way you have been doing with observation of your diet and your lifestyle. You understand?
Yeah, thank you very
You
much
are
for this.
interested in the Ayurvedic Indian system, yes?
Oh, I am interested in many
In
different
many,
ones.
because
Yeah.
that is one system that I am being told is can be very helpful for you. Yes, it's
Okay.
good. It's good. It's good. And also in your mediumistic development, there will come a lot of visions for you, and you
Yeah.
seeing, but
Yeah.
only very sometimes flashes of the face or part of
Yeah.
the body.
Yeah.
Yes, you understand.
Exactly.
But that is perfectly normal. So do not worry that you are not seeing the whole face or the whole body, because the spirit are experimenting with you in this way to accentuate your own sensitivity in order that you can heighten your perception, your spiritual perception and your psychic perception. You understand?
Yes.
Yes,
Could I
good.
please ask you about
Yes.
how can I make a difference between the fear and intuition? This I have struggled with this so
You're
many
wanting to make a distinction between the feeling and the intuition.
Fears and my real
Oh, your
intuition.
fears and
Because I'm
intuition.
really struggling with this, and I'm just, it's kind of obsessive problem there.
So let me
Yeah.
become clear about this. So you are saying you are fearful of using your intuition, or using your intuition brings the fear?
Yes, using my intuition brings the fear, I believe,
yes,
and I think that
because
I
this
get
is
in
very
the-
much a question of you feeling very open and exposed, isn't it?
Yeah, I do. I do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because again, this reflects back on your earlier childhood life and your growing up years, and
this is
the way
something
that
to
you
do.
were very self-protective and still are of your own self and your being and your vulnerability. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's
So
an
what I want to
obsessive thoughts.
Yes.
It's
What I want to explain to you, my friend, is that when you conduct yourself in spiritual work with the greatest integrity and discipline, which you do, and you try very hard to do, I would say, first of all, don't try too hard. Just give of your best, because that is all we are capable of at any particular time. You understand that?
Yeah.
Yes. And also, because the process of development and spiritual unfoldment depends upon one's vulnerability to the extent that you are fully aware that by being vulnerable, spiritually speaking now, you are protected by spirit at all times during the process of your mediumship. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Yes. So don't fall into this misunderstanding or misapprehension that because you are opening to the world of spirit, you are going to be invaded by all kinds of malevolent forces. That is not the way that this process works at all. Now, I want you to really understand that, you see? Yes.
Yeah.
Because anybody that tells you, well, of course, you know, if you're doing your development and you're fully open, oh, well, then you can be attacked from all sides. That is complete nonsense, my friend. I do not want you to subscribe to any of those particular ideas. Are you understanding this?
Yeah, I do.
Yes. I want to bring, yes, I will tell her this. So, and in this way, you make yourself a stronger instrument for the spirit by allowing your vulnerability to focus entirely upon your spiritual level of appreciation and realization, and by knowing that you are and will be fully protected by your spiritual team at all times during the process of mediumship. Will you understand this?
Yes, I do feel that.
Good. Yes, good. You're getting often the feeling at the back of your neck and slowly down to your spine that it is becoming very tense and tingling sometimes when you are in your training. You understand?
Yeah, I do believe that. Yeah.
Yes, you do get that. This is because there is one particular guide that is going to be your main guide for the ongoing months of your training. Not to say that this is going to be a guide that will work with you for all time, but he is certainly there. Yes, he's certainly there as a principal. I'm going to call him director of operations. Yes, he's a direct. He says to me, he is a director of operations, which is quite a special title, isn't it? But nevertheless, here's what he is, and he is very strongly Egyptian gentleman. He's Egyptian gentleman. So he shows me with his regalia as he would have worn this in his Egyptian incarnation, because he says that you have at one time either explored or been interested or researched into the area of Egyptian, either hieroglyphic or Egyptian artifact. You understand?
Wow, I've had a certain big fear about the Egypt. So I just don't, I don't know, it's conflicting here. Something.
It's not conflicting, my friend, because what he is telling me, What he is
Yeah.
telling me is that he is here to waylay all those fears and those negative doubts that you have regarding this particular perception of Egypt and your experience therein. Do you
Okay.
understand? Yes.
Mhm.
Because he says we are going through a process, you and he, we are going through a process of eradicating your insecurity, your misapprehension about vulnerability, and
Mhm.
your insecurity about the idea or doubt as to whether or not you can actually do this. And when I say do this, he's referring to the mediumship. You understand?
Yeah, I do understand.
You
I
understand?
know.
Is
I
good.
do this.
Is good. Is good. You are drawn very much to the in your everyday life. You are either working or very close to, or very drawn to, and sensitive with very young children, aren't you?
No, it's actually old people in healthcare. So
You say elderly people.
yeah, yes, elderly people at the moment.
This
Yeah.
is very interesting because you see a lot of the elderly people that you are dealing with have condition of, as you call it, the dementia. Dementia,
Oh
yes?
yeah, yes, yeah,
Well, you
exactly.
see, what is happening there, my friend, is that they are reverting to their childhood often in this particular scenario.
Mm. Mm.
So what you are experiencing is flashes of their current personality, but you're also tapping in to this inner, I'm going to call it the inner child of the
Yeah,
person,
I do.
which is why I sense that you are working in this way with not only the elderly, the elder person, but also the vulnerable, more sensitive inner child of that individual. And that is a great lever for your advancement of your mediumship. Do you understand?
Okay, yeah.
Yes, good. And this is the way it is going to operate for you in terms of these levels, differentiating between these levels of psychic and mediumistic sensitivity, psychic and spiritual sensitivity. Now, you won't necessarily be working purely psychically or purely mediumistically,
Yeah.
but it will be a combination of the two areas. You
Yeah.
understand? Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yes. I have to open my eyes of my medium slightly here because there is a little area that needs to be corrected. This is good. So I am still very much on your vibration here. And I just want to say now, is that all making a lot of sense to you, my friend?
Absolutely. It absolutely does. And I can be like, I feel I can be very open here and myself with you.
This
That's
is
very, yeah,
this is good. This is good.
so
I
good.
say that Easter, just before I leave you, I say Easter is a very happy time for you because it brings memories from your childhood of times of enjoyment and excitement and also understanding more the people with whom you associate and with whom you operate. Yes?
Mm.
You understand?
Yeah, this time. Yeah, why not?
The Easter time. Yes,
The
it's
Easter
good.
time, yeah.
It's good. And I want to just say briefly of your father that the condition is to improve. The condition is to improve. Yes,
Okay,
you understand?
to know, yeah.
You have something to say about this?
No,
No.
I guess it's about the health condition.
Yes, yes, it is to improve. And it is gratefully received all the spiritual healing and the love and the intention of good and renewal that you send to him. Yes, good, good.
Okay, all right. So thank you very
You like, yes,
Thank you very much.
is good, is good.
Open touch
I asked, thank you so much, my friend, and
Thank
God
you.
be with you. And
Thank you very much.
Madam Chairman.
We do have another lady who's got her hand up. Her name is Claire Green. So Claire, if you can unmute, please. And
Yep.
I will pass this over to you now.
Okay, thanks, Alice.
Good evening, my friend, and it's good to speak to you.
Okay, thank you. The question that I had was, how can I improve my connection with spirit, or would it be best to not go that way and just stick to healing?
So it is a question, yes? You have you're asking yourself choice for the option of the mediumship or the healing, yes?
Yep.
Yes, right, my friend. Well, this is quite easily answered here, because you see, when you're doing one, you're doing the other. You can't separate the two, they are interconnected. When you are working mediumistically, you are giving healing, which strangely enough, a lot of people working as mediums do not realize that they are actually healing while they are giving mediumship. But nevertheless, that is the case. And when you are healing, you are intuitively connected and spiritually connected to those aspects of your sensitivity that allow spirit to work very strongly with you in a mediumistic sense. You may not be giving messages to the people you're healing, but you are nevertheless operating as an intermediary, an in-between, between the spirit world and the level of physical healing that you are giving. Yes?
Yes.
Yes. I'd like to touch for a moment on your what you call your healing, in the sense of being one-to-one with a person and using your hands or using your consciousness to direct healing energy to them. You work or you tend to spend, no, I don't want to say specialize, but you have a very marked potential for helping people with very psychological and, as they refer to it now, mental health conditions. You understand?
Yeah.
Because a lot of these people, and particularly the male gender here, they come to you or you are drawn to them in order to help their own physicality not only renew itself, but also to slow down, to allow these people to appreciate a lot more of their physical landscape, if you like. I'm using this word quite generically, because these tend to be the people who are rushing from pillar to post, the people that don't give themselves sufficient time to take in, to absorb, to allow the outside world and what it has to offer them sufficient time to germinate into their own particular conscious being. You understand?
Yes.
Yes, good. And you are finding yourself that working in this way with these particular individuals of the male persuasion, that you have also, when you are working with them, a greater realization. Now, this is quite strange, but a greater realization of your own mediumistic potential now, as in your potential to deliver evidential mediumship. You understand?
Yeah.
Because it is a conundrum, of course, friends, because with the various rules and regulations that pertain to your healing establishments now, it is, as I understand it, inadmissible not to, or rather not allowed to be able to give psychic or mediumistic messages to people when they are being healed. That seems to be the norm now in spiritual healing practice. But nevertheless, this is not to say that you will not receive information which you feel would be helpful for a particular individual. Do you understand?
Yes.
But what I do want to point out here, my friend, is that while you are actually healing with your hands or healing with your energy, even though you are not verbally giving them spiritual mediumistic information, you are transmitting information, energy, in other words, that is moving into that particular patient's aura and sensing consciousness. And what is needed to be received by that individual will be imparted by you from spirit in the way that you might impart an evidential message to a recipient in a church demonstration. Do you understand?
Yes.
So it's not that you can finish the healing and then think, oh dear, I felt his grandmother here very strongly, and she wanted to say this, that, and the other, but it wasn't appropriate to talk about that. So unfortunately, he will leave without knowing that. Well, he won't, my friend, because he will have absorbed whatever essence of a particular message is meant to be received by him in the way that it is received through your healing. Yes?
Okay. Yep.
Yes. So I don't know whether you were aware of how this was working for you, but anyway, I like to give it clarification here. Yes,
Okay.
good.
Yep.
Yes. Your mother also has the sensitivity and the psychic faculty.
She probably hides it, yeah.
You say she hates it?
No, hides, sorry.
Oh, hides. I'm sorry, I'm not
Yeah,
quite
she
understanding your
hides it, I think.
dialect here. She
Sorry.
hides, because this seems to be where you where you derive your mediumistic ability from your mother's side of the family.
Yes.
Yes,
right.
definitely. 23rd, I don't usually give dates unless I'm giving evidential information, but the 23rd of June seems to be a very relevant date for some form of time, at a time when you graduated from one level of knowing or being into another level of consciousness, the 23rd of June in a particular year. I want to move back to between 5.5 to 6 years ago in your Earth time.
I can't think of the year, but I know the 23rd of June is my wedding anniversary.
That's
so-
your wedding anniversary. So, in effect, you would have moved from one stage, let us call it a rite of
Yeah.
passage,
Yeah.
from one rite of passage to another. And that was greatly significant for you, not obviously just in terms of your marriage, yes?
Yes.
Yes, is good, because that was a time when you also made conscious decision that this is when I'm going to embark upon this particular area of my life, which hitherto has been in reserve, has been kept inoperative. Yes, good. All right,
Yep.
you understand?
Yes.
Yes, good. Also, when you are working, I go to, we leave the healing for a moment and I go mediumistically. You're still not quite sure when you are seeing or hearing spirit that that particular person is the person that you are meant to be giving information from. Do you understand?
Yes.
Yes. Now, it is clear, friend, that if a particular image comes into your conscious realization, as in being spiritually directed, it is that particular individual that wishes to connect with a particular person in the room or in the church congregation with whom you are working. It's not just somebody that's come to make their presence felt, to say, oh, I didn't realize there was anything such as life after death, but I do now, so I'm just choosing you to appear to. It's nothing like that, my friend. Yes?
Okay. Okay.
It has, he or she has a specific purpose in presenting themselves to you through your faculty of mediumship. So I want you to believe this and to acknowledge this and to say, well, if you are here showing yourself to me, then please give me identify yourself in a specific way with specific personality traits or physical identification that the recipient of this message will understand and relate to. You understand this?
Yes.
Yes, good, is good. All right. And your grandfather is in spirit world, yes, no?
Yes.
Yes, because he comes to you to say there was great fondness and great closeness when you were the child and you were growing up in his time period. Yes?
Yes. Yes.
Yes,
Sorry.
good, good. I like to hear your voice, my friend. So he brings that love again to you, and he says he has been watching you very assiduously, learning and to in what's the word I want here? Absorb information from your books and from your teachings and your courses and all those things that you are applying your physical consciousness to. Yes?
Yes.
Yes, good. Because yes, I will. Because he says that when he was getting older, he had the problems with the digestion and he couldn't digest the food properly. And he uses this as a metaphor because he says that if you try to absorb too much in your physical brain at any one time, you will get the congestion here, the mental congestion. Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes. So you need to spread out your learning and your time and not try to think, as I was saying to the other lady here, that you need to get everything done all at once. It's not necessary. Yes?
Yes.
You take your time and you use your pacing. Now, have I made clear and clarified your uncertainty regarding the mediumship and the healing and these two strands? Yes, good.
Yes. Thank you.
Is good. Good. And yes, I like to, yes. Just give you a little bit before I go, because we don't have too many people in the room tonight. So I say that you have this developing sense of liking for the astrology here.
I don't, but I've been told that before, so I don't know if it's something that's going to come up for me.
Well, I'm certainly being given this information by your spirit helper, who is
Okay.
saying that you have what is the word here? You dipped your nose into the book occasionally to see maybe this is something that I would be interested in, but it's not a great urge for you or a pull for you. Yes?
No, I don't think I've even looked at any books of it so far.
Because they are saying that you are attracted, or when you are hearing about, if you've had an astrology reading, it has given you some sense of interest and curiosity. Curiosity is the word I'm looking for here.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Because it's being indicated that when you, if you feel drawn, I should say, to studying this area, you will develop a great sense for what they call now the spiritual astrology, not the predictive form of astrology where you are telling people, oh, you may travel or you may get married or have children, whatever. But you will be absorbed into the spiritual astrology that can help people with their development, spiritually speaking now, through the let us say the imagery and the symbology of astrology. It is referred to sometimes as esoteric astrology. You understand?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, yep.
So I'm just going to leave this with you, my friend, because it
Okay,
is something
thank you.
that has been offered by your guides and your helpers. And also, if you haven't already read the books of White Eagle, the spirit guide, the
Yes, I've
guide,
got them, yeah.
good, because they are indicating that it is time to look again at White Eagle philosophy, because the
Okay.
philosophy, his philosophy, is now very relevant to the area of progression that you find yourself in physically and spiritually. So I would
Okay.
like to suggest that you look again at the White Eagle. Yes?
Yes, thank you very
It is
much.
good, and good people, we can speak that in this way. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. That's lovely. Thank you. Is there anybody else who would like to come forward and unmute to ask our spirit medium tonight and also his guide Chung any questions? Cheryl. Okay, got Cheryl here now, so I will leave you in hands with our medium.
Yes, good evening, my friend, and how can I help you this evening?
Hello, thank you for talking with us. I'd like clarity on which directions to take.
You would like clarity on which directions to take, my friend.
Yeah.
Right, and so I'm going to throw the ball back in your court now and to say, what is your intuition regarding your possible potential directions saying to you personally?
I don't know, because they're shooting off in different directions, and
I'm going to give you a starting point here, suggest a starting point for you. Are you meditating at this present moment in time?
I'm just starting to get back into meditation.
This is good, because it will not only afford you a great deal of physical benefits, but it will certainly start to, let us say, shine a light on those particular areas of conscious, physical consciousness doubt that you have at this time, because you are very eager, excuse me, you are very eager to learn and to investigate and to explore. And these are the two words I would use for you at this time: investigation and exploration. Because you are one who likes to get to the crux of the situation. You like to dig deep and to unearth what I refer to as the jewels of understanding and enlightenment. Do you understand me?
Yeah.
You're a great excavator, my friend, and there is a lot to be said for this, as long as you are not trying to unravel too many questions all at once. You see, you like to get very solid information, not only from your physical life, as to people's motivations, people's reasoning, people's inferences in speech and action, but you also like to get a lot of clarification and detail from everything that is happening on the spiritual level, and why perhaps it is that you're not understanding something as clearly as other people are understanding it, that may be due to the fact that you are both on different levels of spiritual understanding and progression. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Yes, good. So I would say to you, as I've said to the other friends tonight, one step at a time. It is good that you can stay now with your meditation until such point as you are directed by spirit or feel the urge yourself to join a circle, a development circle, or a group that in some way can give you the opportunity to initially expand your psychic and spiritual awareness. So I'm not really advocating a mediumistic development group for you at the moment. I'm advocating an open awareness group. You understand?
Yeah.
That is a group where everybody can pool together their feelings, their sensitivity, their intuition, and to say anything at random. Well, I'm seeing a bright red light, or I'm seeing a building which is being erected at the end of a particular pathway, or I'm seeing a figure in white that is holding a hand up to, or everything of that nature. Do you understand?
Yeah.
It doesn't have to initially make any sense, but it can be, and usually is, very symbolic of a particular type of reaction that is expected from you by spirit, because they have implanted a particular feeling, a particular image, a particular symbol, which they are hoping and expecting, because of your sensitivity, to develop into perhaps a small sentence, or to develop into a description of what you feel that picture or that symbol actually represents to you. You understanding?
Yeah.
Yes, good. It's good. May I also say, my friend, on a different sort of level, that it is time now to start moving outside of your ordinary everyday circle of friends or neighbors, and to start making contact with others in a group situation or in a social situation, which you have been very hesitant about doing. You understand?
Yeah.
Yes. It is now time not to keep yourself enveloped in the confine of your four walls of your home, but to increase this, increase this social contact for you, because that will afford you a great deal of space in which to express yourself, express your ideas. This is something that you feel has always been quite a difficult step for you, to express yourself, when in fact, once you start speaking, you realize that people are actually listening and actually appreciating what you are saying to them. You understand me?
I do, yeah.
Yes. So I want you to, let us say, to use a colloquialism, milk this cow the best way you possibly can. Yes?
Yeah.
Yes. And then you will find that it will pay dividends. It will not only increase your own personal confidence, but it will also contribute to your understanding of your spiritual presence in this physical life, and it will also give you greater awareness of what is happening to you mediumistically and psychically. But again, I say to you, as to everybody else, do not run before you can walk. There is no pressure to achieve any of this within a certain time frame. I have known many, many individuals who have become extremely good mediums at the age of 75 or 80 years of your earth time. And you are still very much, I would say, a youngster. So I wish that you will work and to be diligent in focusing on, there is absolutely no rush for you whatsoever. Yes?
Yeah.
Before I leave you, oh, does that answer your question, by the way? Your
Yeah.
original question?
Yeah.
Yes, good. I would just leave you, friend, to say there is an elderly friend that you have been concerned about, a female, who has been having problems with her breathing and being able to walk a little distance without getting breathless. And you have been helping this lady and giving her healing, whether you're giving her hands-on healing or just sending that healing absent to the mind. healing is something that has been recognized by your spirit friends, and they are thanking you for your help and your love in this lady's direction. Yes?
Thank you.
You understand?
Yeah.
Yes, good. And there is a particular book that I would recommend to you, and it is called The Jewel in the Lotus. All right, The Jewel in the Lotus. And if you ask my medium, he will then refer you to the author, because I do not have access to that information at the moment, but he will know. All right?
Yes, thank you.
Yes, and yes. Yes, this is good. This is good. Your father in spirit, yes?
Yes.
Yes, your father. He wants just quickly to say, because he says, I don't have opportunity to come and speak to my daughter very often. And he wanted just to say to you that he fully understands now how you were working hard to make the right move at the right time. And that he didn't always appreciate that you had your own particular ways of working, your own modus operandi. And he apologizes for any misunderstanding and misgivings on his part. But he says he now fully understands why it was necessary for you to do and to say as you thought at that particular time. And he is most now reverentially thanking you, and to say he sends his love and to send his apologies for being sometime like a bull in a china shop. You understand?
I do, yes.
Yes. So I leave the gentleman's love from spirit with you. Thank you for working with me, my friend, and God bless your progress.
Thank you.
Thank you. I've also got one more. Is that all right for you?
Yes, I think we can do one more here. Yes.
Okay. Okay. I have Les
We
Cobain.
have Liz. Les.
Cobain. So, welcome, Les. I will just
Good
leave you-
evening, my friend. I'm sensing very, very powerful energy with you now. Can you speak to me? Do we
Okay.
have the voice of Les here?
Well, she's trying to find
Can
her.
you hear me now? Sorry.
Yes. Hello.
Yeah. Hi.
So
Go on.
I
Sorry.
am speaking to the Les, yes?
Yeah, that's right, Les. Yeah, Kobe.
You are Les, yes?
Yes.
All right. This is interesting, my friend, because when I was given the name of Les, I was sensing a very strong masculine energy here, which is
I'm
very...
female.
Sorry? I see.
I'm female, yeah, but you
Yes,
mean
I know you're
from
female.
spirit, yeah.
But
I'm with
I'm
you.
not making any demarcation here in the physical sense between the male and the female.
Yeah,
I'm
I
talking
understand.
purely on an energetic level. Because you bring, my friend, very strong spiritual energy into operation in this life, which has been inherited from many male incarnations. Do you understand it?
Okay, yeah.
You probably do not understand this, but I am
No, I do
giving...
understand.
Oh,
Yeah,
you do.
you're okay,
This is
yeah.
good. This is good. Because there is one particular incarnation where you lived as the Native American Indian chieftain. Yes?
Yeah, I can understand that.
Yes. Because this is the energy that is operative with you when you are working mediumistically, and particularly when you are sending either absently or doing the physical healing. Yes?
That's correct, yeah. He's
Yes.
one of my healers.
You started very early in your psychic and mediumistic development, and you
Yeah.
were always very aware of people's aura, the aura in people.
Yeah.
So you could sense the aura, you could sense a great deal of information about the people before you even began to receive the spirit messages.
Yes.
You were also very confident about your psychic receptivity at the early age, but it was very difficult to make you convince other people, particularly your elders, of this faculty.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yes.
Yeah.
You have a sister as well living.
Yes, I do. Yeah.
Because your sister is also psychic, but she has held this quality back.
Yes.
Yes. And yes, I will. She is also going through a very difficult time emotionally, and Spirit are saying that the help you have been giving her has been of tremendous benefit.
Yes, we do it
Yes.
to each other, yeah.
Yes, good, is good. Because she has a great fear of personal, I can only call it personal disintegration. When I say
I'm not sure
disintegration,
about
it
the
sounds quite a
disintegration.
dramatic word. What I mean by disintegration, my friend, is the body becoming older and becoming more fragile.
Oh, I understand that. Yeah, with
Yes,
the
and also it's a feeling of what your sister has often tried to do in her life is to take apart the pieces of her physical consciousness and to try to reassemble them and put them back together again.
yeah, I can understand that part of it.
You
Yeah,
can, yes, it's rather like a jigsaw puzzle.
yeah,
You know, you make the puzzle, you look at the picture and say, oh, that's rather interesting. Then you take it, you put it back in the box again, and then several months or years later, you think, oh, I must do this puzzle again to see
Yeah.
the picture to get clarification. You understand?
I do. Yeah.
Yes, good, good. So you are very interlinked with your sister from previous incarnation because your sister, thank you, your sister was previously your mother
Oh,
in,
was she?
yes, in an incarnation where you were both living quite an existence of poverty. So
Right.
your sister in that life was very conscious of your upbringing, making you very strongly independent, making you not fear that you would be downcast in any way and that you would survive at all odds. Now,
Right. That
this
makes sense.
yes, this is something now that you have has engendered itself within your own personality. So you are not only
Okay.
conscious of your own personal survival at all odds, and you are very strongly aligned to that particular principle, but you also
Yeah.
engender that feeling in other people. This is
Yeah.
part of your mediumistic and healing contribution, that you
Yeah.
give people a greater sense of their own individuality,
Yeah.
psychologically and physically. And that is very, very important work that your spirit friends tell me you are doing. Yes?
Yeah. I understand that. Yeah.
Yes, good. It's good. You have a husband here, yes?
No, not there. It's here. I hope
No,
he
I
is.
meant here in the
Oh, yeah,
physical
on
life.
the earth. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes. Because you have been concerned about your husband's health as well.
Very much. Yeah.
Yes.
Definitely.
And also, he has recently changed, or there has been a change of medication or prescription for him.
Yeah, he has
Yes,
not long just
because,
had one.
sorry, you want to finish sentence?
No, that's okay. Carry on.
Yes,
Yeah.
because it wasn't appropriate that the previous medication was helping, but it was perhaps more hindrance than a help.
It could have been. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the new medication is a better prescription, they are saying, for him, and it is good that he is doing this. Yes, he has the brother in the spirit world.
No, the brother is on the earth.
Because I was
And,
being
it could be because his mother lost one in
right,
between. Yeah,
because
sorry.
there is a brother in the spirit who
Right.
wishes to communicate and to tell your husband that not to worry about the situation that occurred 7 years ago, because that situation was about breaking down elements of his understanding of physical life which were not serving any purpose anymore.
Right.
You understand?
Yeah, I think I know where they're talking about.
Yes, yes, but they did specifically say the 7 years. So I
Yeah,
want to
I'll
go to
make
that
a
7
note of
years.
that.
There is also a lady, an elderly lady in spirit, who would have passed in the month of August, towards the end of the August month. Not necessarily this year, but she had passed at the end of an August month. And she says that she wants
I
to come
think
to
it was.
thank you for your love and kindness, and in the way that you also helped her daughter readjust to a process that was very difficult for her.
Oh, right. Yeah, I think I know where you are with that one.
Yes.
I'll have to think about
Yes,
it. Yeah.
she says you would remember her from her hair, which was quite short. It was almost silvery, but it had almost what do you say there? The blonde lighting in it, and also it was quite permed and quite neat towards the back and over the top with a slight wave. Yes,
Right. Okay.
you are identifying this lady.
I was at first, but when you said blonde, I'm not sure
Not
now.
blonde as in the peach blonde, my friend, but the blonde as in the lighter aspects of the grey. Yes?
Yeah, she had your colour hair, actually, the one I'm thinking of.
With
It's
a
more
slightly,
white, silver,
yes,
you know.
yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes. And yes, because she shows me her dress style, and that she would have worn the little jacket that was folded over, with
Yeah, she has
perhaps
got some of them.
the brooch and the little gloves, because she said, I like my little gloves. She talks about little gloves as opposed to big
Right.
hands. Yes.
You're not sure again now.
All right. All right.
I'll
all
have
right.
to think about that later, yeah.
Yes, but she talks about hymn singing as well, that she was very
Oh,
fond
yeah.
of hymn singing. And she talks about a particular hymn, O God, our help in ages past,
Yeah.
in hope of years to come. You understand this?
Yeah, I do with that, yeah.
Yes, good. She wanted to absolutely nail the fact that it was her. And
Yeah.
she says you have seen or are seeing butterflies.
That's correct. That's
That's her. Yes,
Yeah.
good. Oh, she's going like this now, clapping herself
Yeah.
to say I actually made her understand.
Yeah,
All
she
right,
has.
all right.
Yeah.
She wants just to, before she goes, to
Look at
say,
the bits.
don't worry if you look after, I've got to get this right here because it's not something in my consciousness. Look after the pennies and the pounds will take care of themselves.
Yeah. She
You
would have
understand?
always said that, yeah.
Yes, yes. And she says not to worry about the little financial unsettling with some
Right.
finance at the moment. That will sort itself out for you. Yes.
Oh, that's good. Yeah,
Yes,
that's
that's
been
good.
worrying me that. Yeah.
That's good. Joseph, Joseph, Joseph. She talks of meeting Joseph or Joe in spirit.
Yeah, but I've just had Joe here today that's on the earth.
Oh no, this gentleman is in spirit.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I
She talks
understand
of Joe,
Joseph then.
Joseph.
Yeah.
Joe to his friend, she said, and Joseph was the
Yeah.
name he liked to use for himself. Joseph, Joseph.
Yeah.
She said, keep up with the writing of the diary or the journal because that's important for you.
You have not got very far.
But you will, my friend. It takes its time, and one day
Yeah.
at a time. Yes?
I never seem to have time. Yeah, no, I
You will
understand
always
though,
make
yeah.
time for those things that are important for you.
Yeah, yeah.
So I say thank you, my friend,
Thank you
and
and God
God go
bless.
with your progress.
Yeah.
Thank you, Madam
Thank you
Chairman.
very much. That was lovely.
It's good. It's
Thank
good.
you so much. That was excellent. I'm sure everybody has enjoyed themselves. I'm just putting myself on to spotlight now. And so I'm sure everybody has enjoyed tonight. It's been absolutely excellent. If we can just leave now our medium just for a few minutes just to start to come back onto the
Thank you,
present.
Madam Chairman, and it has been great pleasure to meet your friends here tonight and to share the love and the cooperation and the goodwill, more importantly, the goodwill that is generated through your wonderful service to spirit and all the work that you are doing to promote spirituality within your community and to the wider world through your beautiful service. So I say from all our spirit friends, helpers, guides, and loved ones, good night to you all, and God be with you.
Thank you. We'll just leave our medium just for a few moments. Are you all right?
I'm fine, thank you.
You're all right.
I'm
Okay.
fine. I'm fine. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much. That was lovely. And so many people tonight got some great guidance from your own spirit guide, Chung,
Oh,
through
good.
you, of course. But it was, I'm sure everybody would agree, everybody got something beautiful there. And also healing as well. Healing as well.
Healing, definitely healing.
It was lovely. So before we do the closing prayer, does anybody have any questions at all for Phil? If you have any questions at all, just unmute.
I've got one.
Yes, yes,
Um,
Cheryl.
he gave me a book to read, but he didn't know author.
Yeah,
Oh.
the Jewel in the Lotus, it's called.
Oh, that sounds familiar. The Jewel in the Lotus. I
Yeah.
think that is a book by Grace Cook, the medium. I'll check it out for you, Cheryl, and let you know. Do you have an email, or are you on Messenger or Facebook?
I'm on Messenger.
You're on Messenger, right? What's your surname?
Bishel.
Bishell.
Correct.
Okay. And you're on Facebook. There can't be that many Cheryl Bishells on Facebook, I wouldn't have thought.
No, not in this country.
Okay, well, I'll message you then. Okay.
Okay.
When I get I'm sure it's Grace Cook, but
Thank
I
you.
want to be certain.
That's good. At least we got that sorted then, Cheryl. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll have a little look myself as well.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So
I
yeah,
know I've got it actually. It's in my book, on my bookshelf somewhere. So
yeah. In amongst all the pile of books behind you.
yeah, there's hundreds and hundreds of books.
Yeah.
Many of them still unread.
Yeah, I know.
I'm plowing my way through.
I know the feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anybody else got any questions that they would like to ask?
Shall I just give my address, my Facebook address?
Yes,
my
you can
Facebook.
pop that in the comment box if you want to do that. Pop that
Okay,
on.
I'll put it in the comment box so I can tell you.
Yeah.
Chat.
Yeah.
Well,
while you're doing that,
while I'm doing this,
I'll just continue on a little bit. We have got a Christmas candle vigil. It's a charity tonight. It's for Chaz, and which is a children's hospital, a children's hospice. It's in Balloch in Scotland, and they do a grand job. They do a fantastic job for all the children that attend there. And I always do a little charity every year, Christmas candle vigil, just to help, because every penny counts, so I'm it for Chaz, but it is going directly to Robin House in Scotland in Balloch, palliative care for children. The other charity is Versus Arthritis, which is something that's quite close to my own heart, because I've got now I've got 5 different types now, but it doesn't just affect adults, it affects children as well, and we're needing a little bit more research into some better treatment that doesn't have the same dreadful chronic side effects to these drugs. We're needing some better help than what we're getting right now, that's for sure. So it won't help me, but I will hope it will help the children of the future to perhaps alleviate this condition completely. That would be good, because a lot of them are autoimmune diseases. So we're having on December the 21st, we're having our charity tonight, and we're having a whole selection of international mediums. We've got Minister Janet Parker, who's coming on, and we've got Nadia Rajami from Ireland. We have got myself, I will be hosting, and I'll also do a demonstration on that evening. We've got Carol Dover, who is from England. We've got Jason Goldsworthy, who's from Germany. Jackie Kavanagh from Canada, Tanya Power from England, Mandy Louise Paul from England, Phil Shaw from England, Jennifer Rose from America, California, I believe, Judith Miller from Ireland, Debbie Romero is from America, I think it's out near Las Vegas, John Francis Boyle from Scotland. So we've got a whole selection on that night. So everybody will be able to get a little chance and a little snippet of everybody. It will be £5 donation, and it's all on my page. It's also on my website as well. So if you want to link on to Sparkle of Light Spiritual Centre or Alice Spiritual Medium and Psychic, then you will see the posts are all on the pages. £10 it is if you want a private reading, and also you get to join on that night too. Okay, we don't have many private readers left. I think we've only got maybe about 2, maybe 3, I'm not too sure, but not many. Okay, so that's that little bit of information. And then we also have in the month of December, we have got a Christmas Sparkle Messages and Carols, and it will be with Jason Goldsworthy and myself. Jason, who's from Germany, as I previously said. It will be 8 o'clock till 10, and all the bookings will be made through Eventbrite or through my website or my email address, which is all on my public pages, alicetriboro@gmail.com. But it is on Eventbrite page. So that's Friday, the 22nd of December, 8 till 10. And it is £8 for that night, but it is a Christmas Sparkle Messages, whole load of messages, and also a carol service as well. And then we have our online trance workshop. We're quite privileged to have Minister Simone Key come on board for this. And it will be Saturday, the 27th of January, 2024. It will be 10 a.m. till 3 o'clock. It's a one-day workshop, and we're doing an early bird offer up until the 31st of December for £60. It's normally 65. Minister Simone Key, you know, she's got her CSNU, she's got her DSNU, she's got the whole list behind her. So I feel quite privileged to have her on, just as privileged as I am in any mediums that come on. Okay, I don't decipher one being better than the other, but I do treasure each and every one that do come on. They're all precious to me, so I will share the work that they're doing for Spirit World. So if anybody's interested in that, it is also through Eventbrite or through myself on my own website. But you can see all the information on Eventbrite if you want all the full details. And lastly, there's an online, and it's a workshop, and it's Jason Goldsworthy and myself, and it's called Ignite Your Soul Mediumship Workshop. It is February the 3rd and the 4th. It's a 2-day workshop, 10:30 till 3:30. It's online, and it is £45 for 2 days. But there's an early bird offer up until the 25th of December, and it's £40. And if you have a look on Eventbrite, or if you look on my own website page, you'll find all the information, what's happening on those 2 days, where we're doing this psychic mediumship workshop together. So it's 10:30 to 3:30, and it's February the 3rd and the 4th. And as I say, there's that early bird offer there as well. Okay, so I really want to thank you all for coming on here tonight. And I would like to, before we close, I would like, with the closing prayer, I would like to just say thank you for joining us. Thank you for being part of a beautiful spiritual evening with our Spirit World, who really, to be honest with you, I don't know what I would do without them in my life, and I'm sure our medium feels exactly the same. You know, I'm very, very grateful every day to everything that I receive, and I hope you're listening because I really am grateful. You know, of course I'm listening. Les has got Les.
Yeah, it's very, very important. That's right.
Okay, my darling.
Today, a very good friend of ours, and it's not a spiritualist, but is into spiritualism. 2 o'clock this morning, his house burnt down with him in it, and he's in intensive care. His name's John Kent, and is having to be skin grafted. And they've put something down his throat into his lungs to try to get the smoke, get the smoke out. Apparently he's got to have skin grafts all across his back, his fingers. His electrician has lost the nerves in the ends of his fingers, and they don't think they're going to come back, And it's just devastated, as you know. But it's not insured either, so he's lost
Oh.
everything.
Yeah.
Plus, next door is part burnt down, which he will be responsible for
Oh,
because
goodness.
it started in his house. And I've
Okay.
been nagging him to get his insurance, and he kept saying, but I can't because there's something wrong with the roof. And his dad's not long died, so, you know, he's sort of inherited it. So if you could please, all of you, send healing out for him.
Yes.
As I said, his name's John Kent.
John Kent. Right.
Yeah, and he's got a son called Joe. That's when I said, you know, to the, is it
Yeah,
Chaz that comes
yeah.
through? Yeah.
Yeah, when it came.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but they were meaning somebody else, yeah. But yeah, please, if you could send that out. And
Yeah.
if
Of course.
possible, healing for my husband because it's cancer that he's got.
Your
And
husband.
he's got, yeah, Peter Cobain.
Right.
He's when Chaz again mentioned about Pete, he's got his treatment coming up, so it's all to do with that, where they're giving him radiotherapy.
see.
So yeah.
I see.
So thank you very much. I really appreciate it tonight.
Oh, you're very
I'm
welcome.
sorry
Pleasure.
to interrupt.
No, no, no.
But
Nice to meet you.
nice
Please
to
don't
meet
be
you.
sorry. We both wrote both names down, and I will also keep it on the healing list as well.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
And also healing for you too. Okay.
Yeah, thank
And
you. Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, thanks very much.
You're very welcome.
Welcome.
And
So
I'd love to see you again. Yeah.
yeah. Well, we'd
Thank
love
you.
to see you again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thanks. I think
Thank
I have been on yours or on something before, Alice, but
Yeah. Yeah. You probably were. I'm so sorry, but I'm terrible with names.
yeah,
I'm not too bad with faces, but names I'm terrible. Yeah.
yeah. I don't go on a lot of things because we've got our own centre that we run, so you know, of
Yes.
course it's
you.
you know, we
Yes.
don't often go on. But
Okay.
we're in the Isle of Wight.
What's the name of your centre, Les?
It's
Right.
Ride Independent Spiritualist Centre.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
Yeah. You're welcome
Right.
to come on
Yeah.
anytime. Do you want me to give you the numbers?
Yes,
The
please.
regular numbers, yeah. 136.
Yeah.
Yeah, 456.
Yeah.
544. I always know it, but it's just going out my head because I'm so in shock still. And
No.
then the password
Yeah.
is 2016, so it's 2016.
Yeah.
But I will be in touch, Phil, to
Yeah,
see
please
what
do.
booking, yeah.
And you're on
Okay.
Facebook, are you? Is Ride on Facebook?
Yeah, it's on Facebook, but you better to message me in Messenger, or
Okay.
I can give you my phone number.
No, no, I'll message you on Messenger.
Because it'll come through to my phone. I don't go on Facebook much.
No, no,
you know, but because I don't like getting
no,
in.
but I can get you on Messenger.
Yeah,
Mm,
yeah,
mm,
as
okay.
Les Cobain, yeah, that's
Okay,
fine.
Les.
Yeah, but
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you very much. Thank you.
okay. Thanks
So I'll
very
now
much.
hand it over to yourself now, Phil, for the closing prayer. Okay.
Right. If you can join me in prayer, please. This is the Native American Indian blessing. Teach me how to trust my heart, my mind, my intuition, my inner knowing, the senses of my body, the blessings of my spirit. Teach me how to trust these things so that I may enter my sacred space and love beyond my fear, and thus walk in balance with the passing of each glorious sun.
Thank you very much. That was lovely. Thank you.
Thank you.
So I would like to thank you all for coming tonight, and please remember and look after yourselves out there, because I know it's very, very cold. It's Frosty the Snowman out there at the moment. It's really, really yeah. So please look after yourselves and each other. Okay, so
Yes.
good night.
Look after yourselves, everyone.
Good night.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye. Bye-bye.
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 Bye.
Bye-bye.